Hi gals, welcome back to another episode of Zero Waste Closet. So some of you up until now may have been experimenting with me on creating a capsule wardrobe. Maybe you have mastered the 10-piece French capsule wardrobe. If so, I'd love to hear about your experiment with it. And some of you may just not have gotten to that point or haven't been ready. But one thing I am guessing most of you have in common is that on some level or another, you do like fashion. You probably like shopping if you're like most of us. And now is that time of year where spring styles are coming out in full force. What an inspiring, fun shopping environment we are walking into in most stores. Well, ladies, it's time to craft a plan. And if you've never tried your capsule wardrobe, now is a perfect time to get started with it. So in today's video, I want to give you 5 really important things to think about as you're starting to mull over your spring capsule wardrobe. The first and most important thing to do is just to figure out how to even build a capsule wardrobe. So if you've never done it, I am linking in the description box below to my 10-piece French capsule wardrobe playlist, where you will learn how to create all of the basic components of a 10-piece French capsule wardrobe. Okay, but now that you've done it, now that you're turning over your wardrobe into spring and you're going, ooh, it's time to curate my new spring look. Number 1, I want you to think about, what is your color story going to be? Okay, so we've talked about keeping it concise. So if you have an overfull closet, I am guessing you may have all kinds of patterns in there, tons of things that don't really mix and match, a lot of maybe impulse purchases, kind of no master plan. So one of the most important components to master planning your capsule wardrobe is to decide on your color story. If you haven't ever had your colors done, I definitely suggest doing that. That's been revolutionary for me. And as I mentioned in last week's video, the right colors for you can really bring out your best features, and the colors that are not great for you can really make you look tired, drab, even older. So get clear on what looks the best on you. So as far as creating an actual color story goes, I say choose 2 or 3 good, strong base colors, and then you want to choose 2 or 3 really good accent colors. It doesn't mean that your wardrobe can't have any other colors in it, but I will say if you stick with this formula of your base colors and your accent colors being pretty concise and really the best colors for you, you'll find tons of mix and match potential in your wardrobe, and you will also just find that everything just looks great on you. So let's talk about what my colors are going to be for spring. I am going with white, denim, and like a navy blue, a good navy blue as my good base colors. It's not that I can't have black in there, but I'm kind of leaving it out. I find black's a little bit too harsh on me. The navy's a little bit softer and just a little more gentle for spring. I'm super excited about my accent colors, and gals, this is just something I have found. Your accent colors should make you excited. They should be colors that just put you in a good mood. Doesn't necessarily have to be bright colors. For some of us, a good mood is about like just a really soft blue. Others like to be more loud and bright. For me, I went with a nice soft baby blue, like an ice blue, which I have found has been one of my best colors this last season. Then I am also going with a lovely lavender. Oh, I feel so good in lavender, and it definitely puts me at just in a like a high frequency mood. And then cherry red has been one of my very best colors for fall and winter. Well, my kind of alternative to cherry red going into spring, summer is going to be more of a juicy orange. Okay, gals, so now that you've nailed down your color story, a second thing I want you to really start thinking about is, what are your style words going to be going forward for the next season? And if you're not familiar with this concept, it is 3 adjectives that really capture the flavor, the tone, the mood of your personal style. And not every outfit has to reflect all 3 words. It can be a combination of those words, but you have intention when you're getting dressed. You know what your style personality is. And what I love about style words is you can change them every season. They can evolve with you as a person, with your lifestyle, with the season of the year. And for me, my style words for spring, summer are always different than in the colder months. So just as an example for me, for the cooler months, my style guiding words were ladylike, cool, and classic. And if you look back at my videos and my capsule wardrobes, you can see those elements all over the place. Well, going forward for spring and summer, I had to give this some thought, and now my style words are going to evolve into flowy, cool, and feminine. And you're gonna see there's some carry forward of my style personality. And this is an important minimalist concept here, because if you just completely do an about face, chances are you may not be able to bring forward some of those pieces that were in your last capsule wardrobe. And well, that's not very minimalist, is it? I mean, you want to be able to recycle some of those things. So that word cool or edgy is still in my style persona going forward. And feminine is kind of my new take on ladylike, and then flowy is very distinct for me for summer and for spring. I have one little footnote I want to add in here because it's been so helpful to me and people that I work with. If you're not 100% certain about your style words, jump onto Pinterest and literally go up to that little looking glass search box and type those words in. So I did that. I kind of meditated on what my perfect words would be, and I typed in flowy, cool, and feminine style. Literally all of that into the line and hit return, and up came a whole feed of pictures. And I was able to just look at those and make sure that those really resonated. Are my style words kind of on track when I see looks that reflect that? Is that right? Is that what I'm trying to capture? And sure enough, in my case, oh my gosh, there were so many pictures where I was like, yes, yes, yes. This is my style inspo. And I definitely suggest building kind of like a vision board for yourself that can be a private vision board that really reflects what you want to portray for that next season. Okay, gals, so suggestion number 3, when you are starting to contemplate putting together your spring capsule wardrobe, is to think about whether there are any trends. If you are someone who does like fashion a lot, does like to really kind of look up to date, are there any current trends that really resonate with you, so that when you go out and you hit the shops, because you know you're going to want to go shopping, it's really hard to go on a shopping diet, so you might just find yourself in a store and tempted. Well, maybe you have that shopping list, we've talked about this in previous videos, that is based on, okay, here are a couple of trends that I'm really loving that I want to incorporate that are aligned with my style words. So just as an example for me, here are a few that I really want to focus on. We've already looked at a couple of these in my past videos, but the sheer trend I really, really like. You guys have seen I've played around with a sheer shirt that I love that's great for layering. Another trend, this is probably going to be the most predominant trend for me for spring, summer in my capsule wardrobe, is the focus on kind of upscale, flowy, bohemian. Boy, that really speaks to my personal style words. Some other kind of trends that I think are some good lasting trends. These are things that, yeah, you can say they're trendy, but I think they'll be around for a while. It's the wide leg jean. I absolutely love a good wide leg jean. For me, it's a little bit more of like a fit and flare. That's something I definitely want to bring in. Elevated basics. So not just a plain white t-shirt, but maybe a white t-shirt, but with some embellishment and some detail. And then finally, 2 other trends that I really love that I can definitely see myself bringing in, because I already have these in my current wardrobe, are statement jewelry. I really want to start playing around more because I have such a good collection of jewelry that I just don't wear it enough. So statement jewelry is a really good one for me. And then suede. We're even going to be seeing suede going out of the cooler months and into spring and summer. I can definitely see mixing that in to the bohemian trend, whether it's a suede jacket, lightweight jacket for spring, or maybe a wonderful pair of suede booties. So gals, number 4, as you're contemplating putting together that capsule wardrobe for spring going forward, is what is in your current capsule wardrobe? Okay, and if you don't already have a capsule wardrobe, just in your current wardrobe in general, that you are getting a lot of wear out of, that you want to actually carry forward. So this is going back to the more minimalistic approach, more sustainable approach when it comes to getting dressed. What can we repurpose so that we're not just going out there and creating a whole new wardrobe for ourselves? We are actually just taking what we already have, what we love, what we know we wear a ton of, and we're building on it and adding a few things in to what we've already got. So let's have a look at a few of the pieces that I really like from my fall winter capsule that I can totally see bringing into spring.
The first piece that struck me right off the bat was this icy blue silky slip skirt that I recently added from Target to my winter capsule wardrobe. This went beautifully with the rest of my cold weather capsule, and I cannot wait to adapt it for the warmer months. I may or may not keep the red jeans for spring, summer, but one thing I know I'll be keeping around, especially for the early spring months, is this flowy snake print silky shirt. This is so just kind of got that unstructured, flowy, bohemian, easy, luxurious, and feminine feel that I want to see present in my next capsule wardrobe. For fall winter, the navy silky dress was a great piece for as an underlayer with my leather jackets and my blazers. Well, going into spring and summer, it's going to capture that silky bohemian vibe very beautifully, and I might not even have to invest in a new dress. And probably one of my most recent additions is this gorgeous silky lavender top that I scored secondhand that you guys saw just a couple of weeks ago in my boho capsule. Well, this is going to be really big on my list of hero pieces going into spring, summer.
And finally, gals, number 5, when it comes to what to be thinking about when you're building that spring capsule wardrobe is, what lessons did you learn the last season? If you built a 10-piece capsule wardrobe, this is especially a good question because it's usually a work in progress. And if you haven't, again, just reflect on what you wore, what you didn't wear. Did you learn anything about yourself last season, and how can you do better this time around? So I'm going to use myself as always as an example here. And something I learned is that the truth is I am just much more casual than I often account for when I am building my capsule wardrobes. I tend to have this kind of idealistic, more aspirational version of myself that's just like put together all the time. I'm guessing a lot of you probably can relate to this, right? We have this like perfect vision of ourselves, but the reality of my life is, yes, I do love to look put together, but I also have a very casual lifestyle. I do spend a significant amount of time, especially on the weekends, at kids' sports practices and sports games. And I just find that I like to be really comfortable and just really dressed down. That is sometimes when I feel my very best. So when I go about creating my next capsule wardrobe, I'm going to take that into account, and I'm going to put maybe fewer really elevated aspirational pieces in there and lean a little more into the casual side of myself. Well, gals, those are those 5 suggestions that I think are really going to set you on the right path when it comes to creating your capsule wardrobe. Now, like I said, if you've never done this before, I want you to go and watch my playlist first on how to create a 10-piece French capsule wardrobe. That will give you all of the steps just to doing it, and it doesn't matter what season it is. This will teach you how to do it. And if you're already experienced at it, then I want you to go ahead and think about everything we just talked about, and I want you to take your time with it. Be really thoughtful when it comes to choosing your color story, your style words, those pieces that you want to carry forward. This should be a thoughtful process of curation. So ladies, I hope you loved this. If you guys liked this week's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps this channel. And of course, please make sure that you are subscribed here to Zero Waste Closet, and that way you guys get a notification whenever I come out with new videos. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.